When I turned 50, I went to my general physician for my yearly checkup, and she suggested that I get a colonoscopy. I had absolutely no symptoms whatsoever, so I kind of balked at going to get the colonoscopy. She insisted that I go, so I went for the colon cancer screening, and at the end of that colon cancer screening, the doctor informed me that she'd found a large mass and that she was certain it was cancerous. My immediate reaction was shock and disbelief. I was still a little drugged up from the procedure, and I thought she was talking to someone else in the room. I thought the doctor was talking to someone else. My mother, who had taken me for the treatment, was sitting in a chair by the bed, and I looked at my mother and she was crying. And I realized at that point that the doctor was actually talking to me. So I tried to focus on what she was saying to me and understand what she was saying, but I was in shock and denial for probably 2 to 3 days after I was informed that I had colon cancer. I decided that I would tell each of my daughters separately rather than trying to bring them all together and tell them. They all had different reactions to it. My oldest daughter was very fearful and didn't want to talk about it, didn't want to be at the hospital. My other 2 daughters became mothers. They began taking care of me over the next few weeks as I was preparing to go into surgery. And I think that's how they coped with it. I mean, it's cancer. I mean, this is cancer. This is a scary thing. And I think they were fearful that after the surgery that there would be more treatment and what I would have to go through. I've always been, I'm a single parent, so I've always been the center of their worlds, and I think they were scared to death that I wasn't going to be there anymore. When I went into surgery, there's never any guarantee about what's going to happen. They think they're going to be able to get everything when they do the surgery and they remove part of your colon, but they don't know. And so there was a fear factor on my part about how bad the surgery was going to be, whether or not the surgery would be all I would have to have, or if I'd have to have chemotherapy or radiation. When the doctor came into the hospital room and told me that we got it all, you don't have to do anything else, we're finished. And I felt a sense of, I definitely felt strong, but that I had won, that I had beat this battle. And I do feel stronger because of that. I thought, if I can go through that, if I can get through that, emotionally and physically, I can get through anything. I can get through anything. Before all of this, when I heard the word cancer, it meant death. Someone was going to die, or they were going to go through awful treatment, loss of hair, loss of weight, months and months of treatment. And after all of this, I realized that there are lots of cancers out there, and this is especially one of them, that are highly treatable. And people just need to go get tested. Take good care of yourself, go to your doctor on a regular basis, have the tests that they're recommending, eat right, exercise, and even if you do get cancer, you can live a long and fulfilling life afterwards. I have a brother and a sister that are 1 and 2 years younger than I am, neither of whom have had the test done since I had my colon cancer. And I think the compelling thing that I continue to tell them is that it can save your life. You may have this now and have no idea that you have it. And if you go get this test, you won't have to go back in for 10 more years, and you will know that you will live for another 10 years. So I continue to work to tell all of my friends, go get the test. Just go get the test done, and you'll know that you're fine.